Hey, howdy everyone, and pretty much everyone I know loves holidays. It's a time when everyone takes a day off from work or school, but only sometimes, to celebrate and have fun together. But what if the idea of these holidays were captured with Pokemon? Well, that's what I'm here to do. So with no further ado, let's hop in. And I do mean hop in quite literally, since Easter was just yesterday. Why not do that first? The main symbols for Easter are a bunny, painted eggs, and baby animals. My first thought was a bunny in an eggshell, but since they don't hatch from eggs, it's just gonna be a bunny pattern. So I'm starting off with starter-like proportions. I'm giving it big floppy ears, because there are quite a bit of bunny Pokemon that have tall ears, so I'm just gonna give it floppy ones. Tiny little circle basic hands in patterns that look like an Easter egg. Cute small little eyes. It's an Easter bunny. Cute little guy. Yeah, its body is the shape of an egg, which was kind of cool, and along with the patterns, it really does kind of look like an Easter egg. Just outlining it now. As you can see here, you can really see the zigzag patterns. Now I'm going to be adding the colors. Just pastel colors, because pastel colors look better with Easter, you know. Anyways, say hello to Hopapun, from Hop twice, and Bunny, a pure grass type. Extremely timid, Hopapun will leave berries for people it likes. It'll stick its green body outside of its burrow, looking like a colorful egg when scared. The patterns on it resemble Easter eggs, and the dex entry references Easter egg hunts. The grass type comes from Easter taking place in spring, and spring is all about plants coming back from winter. And before you can ask, there are plenty of grass types that aren't plants, so it's fine. One of the most recognizable holidays is Christmas. I mean, good old Saint Nick is just as recognizable as characters like Mickey Mouse and Mario. So what about an animal that likes the cold? I originally went for a polar bear, since they live in the North Pole along with Santa Claus, but then I turned my head to a penguin. I mean, they have patterns that could become Santa's iconic outfit. Pair that with feathers that look like a big white beard, and it fits perfectly. And even if penguins can't fly, most other birds can, just like Santa. So I wanted it to, just right now, I'm basically just making a penguin with a kind of emperor penguin head crest kind of thing. It's using its tail as the sack, even if penguins don't really have super big tails. I don't really care all that much, to be honest. Has a big crest and big friendly eyes. It has, like I mentioned before, it has a big fluffy feathery beard. Just like Santa Claus himself. I'm sorry, these parts are really hard to do. Yeah, he has a little white, spot on his stomach that looks like the buttons on Santa's bag. He's waving at you because he's friendly. Giving it Santa-like color schemes and then shading it in. Say hello to Delibird, an ice and flying type. It carries food with it all day. There are tales of people being saved by the food it had. Like I said before, it has a big feathery beard and patterns that, while not exact, do reference the big man himself's iconic outfit. It even uses its big tail like Santa's gift sack and has a snowflake-esque shapes on the face. Another holiday that everyone, especially the internet, seems to love is Halloween. Heck, there's an entire annual challenge called Inktober, spanning all of October, and a lot of the prompts are spooky, so Halloween. And what is one of the most iconic Halloween symbols? A jack-o'-lantern, of course. So what about a haunted jack-o'-lantern? And why not play with the pumpkin vines? Just because they aren't on most jack-o'-lanterns doesn't mean we can't have them here. So it's gonna have a big pumpkin body with two stubby little legs. The pumpkin body is gonna be just a small, tiny little bit of it. But the rest of the body is actually going to be made up of the vines. And it's going to have a cute, swirly little hairdo that looks like a stem. It has a cute little monstery face, because Halloween, and devilish little horns, because Halloween. Instead of arms or hands, it has these little leaf-like appendages and little holes in the pumpkin body that look like a jack-o'-lantern. Just refining some of the shapes and then adding color. It has a dark, almost moldy-looking brown for the vines and a pinkish orange for the pumpkin. Not all pumpkins are orange, you know. Say hello to Pumpkaboo from Pumpkin and Peekaboo, the pumpkin Pokemon, a ghost and grass type. The pumpkin body is inhabited by a spirit trapped in this world. After the sun sets, it becomes more restless and active. Unlike actual jack-o'-lanterns, the face is actually on the vines. The circles on the pumpkin are really there to just show that it's supposed to be a jack-o'-lantern. The real face is this cute little monster face. It has a signature move called Trick or Treat. What this move does is it turns the opposing Pokemon into a ghost type, similar to moves like Force Curse or Soak. This is a reference to how kids dress up as ghosts when trick-or-treating. Just a good old spooky time. Now, along with is a hot dog a sandwich, or is this dress yellow or blue, whether or not a birthday counts as a holiday is one of the many arguments on the internet, but for the sake of this video, we'll count it as one. I already leaned into the presents idea with Delibird, and since I did that, I'll go with the second most iconic part of birthdays, the cake. But I can't just make a cake Pokemon, so why not combine it with a dog? Besides, every kid wants a puppy for their birthday. So for this Pokemon, I wanted it to be not necessarily cake, but look kind of more like pudding. It has a big cherry on top and big ears that look both like hair and kind of like frosting. Just giving it proportions, and it has a big droopy tongue to give it some personality. It's gonna look like I said, like some kind of pudding or just something sloppy. It has a stripe that goes along its chest that both looks like layers on a cake, but also kind of like a bib, and so that the middle area is broken up a bit more. It has fun pink and white coloring. Say hello to Slurpuff from Slurp and Cream Puff, a pure fairy type. It can distinguish the faintest of scents. It puts its sensitive sense of smell to help by helping pastry chefs with their work. So, cakes smell good, dogs have good smell, so it all comes together. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, still confused as to what's going on? Check the date this video was posted. And with that, I say goodbye. See ya, and stay safe.